Take 4. So after finishing from the 4th week on the Magic City as the rerun, but good thing putting up a hard effort out there to do some major follow-up catch-up that related to the Platinum car on the Bugatti Veyron Edition 1. But hey, looks like I just got myself to have a perfect time and stay well defended on the Platinum until being stopped at rank 8,254 place in 1,212,979 points before moving on in the 5th week. Welcome to August, you guys. We got some new events and one rerun is about to be set confirmed before at the end of the month is going to be the Brits. Just right now, Legacy is about to have next 4th set of rewards, including with the Mercedes-Benz SOS AMG Type C197, Legacy tire on the Epic, Legendary half set boosted for the touring car discipline, and 150,000 followers is now going on to the Fame Pack. So let's enter, participate, and go down to do some 3 skills and 6 events by no restriction, and vehicle selection is all I need to have a best part to have that video segment. Will go challenging for myself to have the main points after clear for only 9 events. That adds up to go extra bonus in 100,000 points after finishing in all 9 events complete. So I have to go down and do the perfect trail of the line as I'm about to be set and go aerobatics. We'll be at Las Vegas to have a best preparation to go enter between aerobatics or air race discipline. For right now, I'll have to be using for a different kind of the air race discipline is about to get Sauron in to take the good skies on the daytime. So here I come, and this plane is going to be a very good best exclusive to be well tried out. Okay, that's the main objective complete. It's gonna get crazy, but I had to keep holding on to it. Checkpoint by checkpoint is definitely doing much more bit of necessarily. Okay, here it goes. Yes, looks like my record has now achieved for having a good major attempt of the time. There goes 30,901 points and 1 attempt to be cleared by the update. There you go, new record and 1 part to be received to have a very good air race discipline to go lighter, faster, just like the HR3. Now I'll have to take a good preview look as I'm about to be using with this air race vehicle. So here is the extra aerobatics plane 330 SC 2009. The per level is now being stated to go maximum in 270 that has 460 horsepower in the top speed, 252 miles per hour to go for the easy handling. But an adversary rival to the Harman Rocket HR3. But this plane is very much more capable to be flying as a German airplane. So that's 1 skill check. Now on to escape for skill 2, take place in Columbia Basin. Now I'll have to be auto switch vehicle to be set and go enter to have the best usual part to be using with drag race vehicles. If possible, you might gonna have to use Alpha Grand Prix vehicles whenever you like to choose. It could get much more faster that compares to the drag race vehicle would be more likely to have a best place to be here towards the Bonneville Soul Flats. Gonna have to make a U-turn quickly and... Okay, never mind. Didn't see that one coming, but I'll have to get down to do 1 dragster vehicle. Go by discipline, choose by drag race, so I had to keep doing a bit of positive vibes. As the usual way we'll have to be using for my drag race vehicle is perfectly for my favorite 2014 drag race edition to the Chevy Corvette Stingray 7 Generation. As I'm about to go the usual way for having a best runtime escape, as I'm about to go for the usual way to have my favorite dragster vehicle on the 2014 Drag Race Edition to the Chevy Corvette C7 Stingray with my UDRS Ins Protect livery that adds up to have types of Hawaiian style vanities on the Ocean Spirit on the tires, nitro, Surf Underglow, and the shark fin on the rooftop. Just the matter to have the smoke is perfectly to have a good charm to be well embraced and go with the flow. Good excellent placement at the start. Let's smoke up the tires and give a good flow of the spirit to the ocean. Gonna be ready and go. Gonna have to embrace it. Go for the full nitro. And here it comes. Light speed away or enter one part of the gate segment. But in a matter of time, because less speed, more handling, and going a bit duration is all I need to have a good main goal objective to go around in 12,000 yards. So here it comes. Gonna amp up my speed. Do the same part of the location. And it's going to be a one-bit doozy. Hang on, folks. Minor setback. I almost forgot to have one other thing that I just need to get my rehearsal act to be going up and running. Now, let me try this again and have this live stream duration to stay on running. Now let's resume and try this again. Forgot one thing. That's better. I'm always going usual to have my Drag Race Edition to the 2014 7th Generation Corvette Stingray with my UDRS Ins Protect livery that will add up to have an Ocean Spirit on the tire, smoke, nitro, Surf Underglow, and a shark fin rooftop is going to get much more whip around to be faster and doing a long straightaway at the start. Just for having a faster time limitation to beat that escape skill, we'll have to do a good perfect position on the right side of the highway. Gonna have to turn up the smoke, feel the spirit of the ocean, mark on the go, and feel the nitro. We'll embrace the high speed. Here goes nothing. Just to be planned, and exactly we'll have to do the main line. We'll have to take a one-way ticket towards to the Bonneville Salt Flats. There goes my ghost car, pass by. Gonna have to meet my challenge and requirements is all I need to handle. Okay, looks like you have to take many pushes. Gonna have to launch the thrusters onto the nitro. There we go. It could get much more safer, clear, and right on the spot in the Bonneville Salt Flats to have a good clear space. I bet the red zone will be able to catch up to me. It'll have to be more exactly to have a good high surveillance alert. Come on, just gonna be patient, and there you go. Now, gonna have to go for the high boost. And touchdown, cleared attempt has been passed. I just reached 12,000, added up with 292 yards. That's skill 2 check and complete. Now, Perfect time to go momentarily to do the off-road slalom on skill 3. So let's go and head on over to Death Valley. Perfect time to have the best opportunity to have a new rally raid vehicle as part from the season pass exclusive that I just purchased that will be priority to be on the main focusing objective towards round 6 of the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup. But it's not over yet for myself because I'm always going to be looking forward for having a best time for Sunday's competition. Now, on to Rally Raid Vehicle for the best selection. Ever since I've been tested out with the Aerial Nomad 2015 is a very good best 2-seater Rally Raid vehicle. Per level on 140 with installed parts, 150 miles per hour in the top speed, horsepower is 281. Handling is going a bit much more intermediate on the level expert. Let's test this baby out and give it a good try to be on the debut for this part of the video segment. This chassis style looks so very much more fine excellent made by Aerial because of the Rally Raid vehicle to be outfitted because of the roll bar cages is now being outfitted. But on the inside to the interior view, this is so very much more fine capable to be using with this fine off-road vehicle to serve as a rally car. But Rally Raid by the way, but as you may ever see the title is now have a good description. It says aerialmotor.co.uk. That will be their official website to this brand. But anyway, time to turn the engine on. Let's give a good test and enter the gate of the slalom. Yeah, sounds so pretty good. But this one is now being part from the Gator Rush update. So I had to watch myself and keep sliding around the gates to keep some more points to rack up. So I had to meet my requirements and objective to go at it. Sorry about that, folks. A bit of time distraction that I just... at least one player don't understand about my scene of the stunt. I'll have to fix it. As I ever tried out to have a brand new exclusive vehicle from the season pass along with some other 2 vehicles like the Porsche 911 Carrera and the Ice Marine Blade Runner 35. But even of course because it was so very enjoyable to have one street race and powerboat discipline as season pass exclusive. So now I had to test out and go for the slalom courses by using for the 2015 Aerial Nomad in the Rally Raid discipline. Per level is 140 that brings out to have an all-wheel drive will contain with 281 horsepower and top speed 150 miles per hour. The handling is going a bit much more sorry folks, I just got carried away for it. With all the cars that related to the Season Pass exclusive along with the Porsche and Ice Marine Blade Runner 35 is now being part for having a best opportunity, including this one is the Rally Raid discipline on the 2015 Aerial Nomad that has a good excellent spec version that includes with 2-seaters, roll bar cage in the base color, different set of the official tires to go off-road, 281 horsepower and top speed 150 miles per hour because the handling is going a bit semi-expert on the per level in 140. But it's a very good Rally Raid vehicle as part from the Gator Rush update. So I had to take a good look. but this one is quite much more similar to the Nomad, but this is going to be quite very good to have a very much more fine differences like the aerial atom. On the inside to the Nomad, it has a different set of the interior view is going to be much more quite very good to be capable for only one driver and a passenger. But also to have a website as you may ever seen when using with a Nomad. It says aerialmotor.co.uk. Very nice. And this is going to be quite good to have that most fine off-road aerial vehicle to be well raced in the Crew 2 to go explore. Time to turn the engine on. Let's enter the Death Valley Solemn to be enter on in and have a good course around the gates. So I had to watch myself. There are some several players who really want to go in there. So I had to meet my requirements and then just going to keep a good line. It's all about meet your requirements and follow my objectives ever since from take 1. Keep the multiplier up by 2. Keep a good steering. There we go. Looks like I might be quite very good to have a better handling. And there you go, folks. Almost to be at 30,000 points, but currently to stop at 29,000 that adds up with 975 points. So it's all good for now. This will have to take a good, excellent off-road opportunity where we go down and be prepared to have a main part of the lineup to have 6 events by no restriction and vehicle selection in Legacy. So I'll have to be set up and take on in Yellowstone. Just to have the very good best recommend to go explore around in Rally Raid in the Mountain States. But speaking of which, my only best recommend rally raid car after the Nomad will be go with a Porsche 959 Raid 1985 will be set and good to go by turn up the best limitation to have a hill climb action. I hope this is going to get much more pretty challenging, viewers. It's about to go rain and the condition is now being well meant to handle it. So let's go explore the time.
You totally got this.
Alright, looks like the Ghost is not yet available at this moment. This will have to take a good hardcore run. Gonna have to catch up and do some several jumps by doing a quick refill. That's area checkpoint 1 clear. Time to go follow the trail and pass through onto the rocks. I hope this is going to get pretty difficult because the rain and the clouds are about to get moving around simultaneously. Okay, gonna have to slow down. Don't want this to be losing up on the guidance. Let the animals go through. Man, it's about to get misty over here. Can't see a thing. That's better. Checkpoint 2 has now clear. Oh boy, this is gonna get rough out there for the 959. Still got a lot of good height suspension. Oof. Talk about having a bumpy ride. That shortcut is a bit tricky. Okay, looks like the GPS is still trying to keep a good track of the distance. Come on. Let me try this again, folks. That messed up my whole part of the scene. Now, how am I supposed to recognize this? So I'll have to be set up and take on in Yellowstone. Just to have... Alright. Just to have one place to be here in the Mountain States for the Porsche 959 Raid 1985 will be set and go for myself as a recommend rally raid vehicle. But of course, because adding up to have some set amenities like turn it up underglow that related to Motorfest, rally inner tire is now being checked, sparks on the nitro, and then I'm all good for now. Let's go off-road exploring. But this time it's about to get much more challenging. We'll be on the rain. So I have to be on extreme exercise caution whenever it happens. So I'll have to find out and see how am I supposed to get figured out to do the main part of the record.
It's all gonna be over real soon.
Now let's get it on and beat the off-road to go hill climb. Here comes the jump. Gonna have to pass through and have to chase with my ghost car after putting up with one checkpoint. That's very good. Quick refill on the ventilated is all I need to have. Alright, that's good. Now I'll have to recognize each part of the shortcut and main queue advantage. Maybe this hill will have to give me some quick refill to go boost it up. Come on. Kick this puppy up. My ghost car still got a lot of quickest way to go. Area checkpoint 2 clear. Move up and proceed on to the tricky part of the section. But it's about to get slower. Still got a lot of good bright in the sky. Oof. Okay, talk about having a bit of trouble timing on the handling and elevation. There we go. Right at the good spot and stay hill climbing to do some mid speed on the pace. Here comes the top. Now's the time to go downhill. Yeah, extreme airborne jump. Oh, looks like this is gonna get much more rough around to do some tight turns in the nature. Oof. Contact by the rock. Am I gonna have to keep a good extra lookout next time? Yeah, looks like keep doing well, and then this will have to take one part of the path we'll have to left. Finish line is just right up ahead. Condition might go a bit different rather than having a darkest cloud. Okay, looks like it's about to get darker out there, viewers. I gotta be careful. One quickest way towards the finish line. And clear for the new record. 3 minutes, 12.757 seconds is clear. Alright, now adding up to have 136,622 points. Now moving on over to have the first event check and highlight before entered on the hypercar event for the second event. So let's go and take the big land, we'll be using a hypercar by the no restriction. We'll choose any selection as you may ever want to pick. But I already got my best pick. The Dubai addition to the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus is all I need to have a very good best selected pick for myself ever since the start of American Legends on Motorflix Season 9 in the first episode. But good thing the Nitro Chemist is all I need to have a good max per level to go back in 320. That adds up to have the Ocean Spirit on the Nitro, tires, and smoke as well. So here I come, and the big land is going to be my best part to take the spotlight. But in a matter of fact, 2 noble cars will be joining in as well for the hypercar event in this part of the Theme Summon. This looks so pretty cool, and new challengers of the day.
You're so gonna win this one.
Gonna brace myself. This condition will take on in the twilight hour. Gonna have to keep on racing to stay clean in the highway. That's how the Dubai edition on the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus is all I need to have a good clear position to have a one single attempt. Gonna have to slow down. Keep pressing the main approach. 7 seconds on the gap distance before going up into 10. Checkpoint clear. So I wonder how I definitely got myself to have 2 noble vehicles as part of the elite bundle. But this is going to be quite very good, and mostly to have British hypercar vehicles in the crew too is now being welcomed. But I can't argue with that because any kinds of hypercar vehicles when it comes in to be joining in to have a lineup for the main part of the second segment in the crew. Just wait to see how it turns out to be well experienced, and even of course to have some vehicle details led by several of my Total Drama OCs that related to have all kinds of different categories. Street racing for Genesis, pro racing for Lexia, and even of course to have rally raid vehicles and off-road categories for Hardeneck. Well, exactly, because that'll have to take matter of clean racing when it comes to have my sessions to do some WIP work. Hang on 1 second folks, I need to have to fix this. Whenever you want to pick. I already got my best pick for myself, as I'm about to go and choose the Dubai edition to the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus will be set at the go since the start of American Legends Season 9 in the first episode at the beginning of the new season on the live summon. But I can't wait to go again for the second time because another part of the challenge, different event on the hypercar discipline, and of course 2 noble vehicles will be set and raring to go. Countdown is about to begin, so I'll have to keep a good exact further notice to have the hypercar wheel go adjusted from 0 to maximum. Let's go clean racing, up I go. Still got a lot of good perks out there to be using with the Nitro Chemist, but it'll have to do momentarily just like the original addition to the same Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. But definitely quite very good to have a unique modification ever since from the start of the first tier content. But we already got maximum to be stopped at tier number 50, as it may ever been purchased between on 3 million or 4 million bucks to get these kinds of new exclusive vehicles and vanities as it may ever gonna be saved before Motorfest comes out on September 14. But of course it is, because I'm still waiting, and I just really might need to do some more time to be focusing on my full walkthrough in the Crew 2 when it comes to have some different events goes by discipline. But after all, I just also to be recently remembered I just got myself a Proto XT3 by beating Sophia in the rival event by using Jet Sprint and Monster Truck Discipline. It takes matters of freestyle to go express yourself when it comes to racing. By putting up with some changes for my WIP sessions that will add up to have 3 of my Total Drama OCs to be served as the advisors to go for street racing for Genesis, pro racing for my favorite OC Lexia, off-road vehicles for Hardenik, and I don't know what else am I supposed to do, have some related details to freestyle to have the 4th one. I'll have to make my decision, folks. This will have to take a roster selection to have the advisor when it comes to have some best vehicles around in Motor Nation. So in about 19% remaining as the main progression slows in fast out quickly by using with the Divine Edition to the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. Faster times comes by, but it'll have to take a good non-stop action to go amp up and make a good improved record by the difference. So let's kick it to the max velocity, and there we go. High Speed Lover is cleared by 2 minutes, 37.324 seconds is all in the clear. Skillful, and new record is almost to be on the right bat. 114,478 points is updatable and clear in Legacy for Hypercar event on the 2nd list. Next up, Street Racing.
Three, two, one.
Hang on, folks. Let me try this again. Still in session. Next up, street racing event on the dirt list will be at the middle of nowhere. And that's not all, because I'll have to be going old school classic to have a nice 1980s vehicle on the Lamborghini Countach LP5000 Quattro Falbo. Perfect retro supercar to be capable as a street racing vehicle. Everything is old, but everything is going new to have some very good retrospective vehicles throughout the ages of the 20th century and faster ones in the 21st century. But I'll have to go nostalgia to be well embraced and race in a valley of desert. Countdown and go for only 2 laps.
You've got this. You're a rock star.
I really hope the handling is going hardcore without fully active system on the traction control, but it'll have to keep a good exact grip to have a good record attempt. So I'll have to keep it careful, because I can see smoke when doing power slide like this. Yeah. But almost forgot one thing, because I really might need to keep a good steady position when racing on the streets and the road itself on the valley of the desert. But close call. Learn to master in the Countach is very much more tough to handle, like riding a bull. Okay, good recovery. Quickly to be steady. Almost there. first lap to be clear, and then go for lap number 2. The sunset just feel the horizon when it comes to have classic cars to go feel the legacy. Cut! Let me try this again. Next up on the third event, street racing in the middle of nowhere. Just to have a good classic nostalgia street racing vehicle will be good to go by using with a 1985 Lamborghini Countach LP5000 Quattro Falbo. Very good to be styled in white, and even of course to have a perfect condition will feel the horizon to be on the sunset. So let's go for the countdown, and I'll have to keep my good head in better motion to have a nice sip of water.
Faster, faster! Seriously, go faster!
Let's amp up and go old school style with a nice retro supercar. I really hope the traction control is going to be a bit much more extreme measures, so I prefer to be on a full steady balance ever since for my WIP work on Miami Ride. But still might be good to handle, but all you might need to do is gonna have to try to keep a good steady grip on the street to avoid going off the road. Yeah, that's a good way in style. Doing some more drift, power slide, grip, and efficient speed and handling. But I'll have to keep a good braking position in case if anything goes extremely wide open to be too much pressure. That's the first lap clear. On to the final lap. Okay, looks like there goes one part of the contact by smashing the object. Well, I guess racing in the desert is definitely might have the good place to be in the mountain states. Just feel the road and feel the heat of the horizon just keeps coming on. We're almost there, folks. In about 5% to go, and this race for only one street racing is about to be over soon. And there we go. 2 minutes, 16.765 seconds is checked and clear for only one pure driving street racing. That adds up for the new record. Alright, very good. Adds up with 113,847 points is good to go by the clearance. By having 3 skills, 3 events by no restriction, and next up, the lineup is in order for having 1 hypercar, monster truck as a combo event, and Alpha Grand Prix discipline in the US Speed Tour next on Into the Deep. Starting out with the Enzo Ferrari will be going at the East Coast at the main Highlands East. Just to have 1 Italian hypercar for only 1 2002 Enzo Ferrari as the star icon ever since from the movie Red Line. But not to mention, because I still got the wing spoiler, is still yet to be attached, but it'll have to be coming much more sportier like the Ferrari FXX 2007. Just to have a good same per level on 320 is just to have the right place to feel the Italian racing pride moment to embrace the legacy. Time to go faster and feel the prancing horse of the proud Ferrari will be doing the spotlight. So here I go. Let's kick it up and go Italian high gear racing.
Fingers are crossed.
So once again, 2 noble cars will be racing at the east to see how it turns out to go for the new part of the challenge. But I'm always gonna have to go prefer to take one Enzo Ferrari to bring home the lead. Better putting up with some elevation jump. Cross right through. Another jump clear. Checkpoint, proceed to be doing steady well as possible. Okay, good turn by the cornering respawn. I feel naturally well out there for only one part of the video segment due to some technical difficulties. But I can still gonna have to keep going because one part of the stunt set and one part of the encore content video will be scheduled by coming soon later on, led by myself as a UDRS director and operator to my YouTube channel. Checkpoint going check. Gonna have to stay racing clear. I got to feel the need for speed. I'm halfway there, viewers. Just to go up in about 54% progression to go up the elevation to have the highway road will be going much more stable to be on the brake zone position. But I'm really glad the physics is about to be turned out to be a bit different only in the Crew Motorfest. Just like the Crew 2 and the Crew 1 to have the same effect of the physics, but it'll have to be turned out to be a bit much more different at this time when it comes to have some traction controls, other features to be doing a main respawn of the car. No going off the road today, just stay on the asphalt to go fast and speed. Shortcut up ahead. Okay, close call. Stop at 10% remaining. Alright, gonna have to watch that turn. Go minor speed details. And there you have it, folks. One hypercar cleared for only one vehicle restriction by 3 minutes, 20 seconds. That adds a decimal in .249. That's 115,741 points, and that is a good toasty run on the hypercar pace. 2 more to go, but this time my part of the challenge is going follow-up catch-up by using one monster truck addition to the 8-bar 500. We'll be at Motor City as the nickname for Detroit to go downtown Motown. Downtown Detroit, here I come for the combo event. I bet this is gonna get pretty much more wreck and havoc to be, as 2.0 ever since from Miami is going to be a bit much more challenging to have 4 monster trucks in one race. But hey, looks like this part of the combo event might be preferred to be called as Wreck and Havoc 2.0 for this theme summon. So I just putting up with some changes on the 8-bar 500 monster truck edition to go all in silver. But even the bullhorn rooftop is just the way it goes. So let's turn up the volume and go kick it up onto the monster truck high gear for having a best combo event before moving on to have the final event in the US Speed Tour next after one combo event is clear. One follow-up catch-up. coming right up and faster to be entered onto the top 3 position.
Thoughts.
So, it may be quite very tough, but the handling is going to be a bit drastic measures. Let me try this again. So, when it comes in to have some changes from the pink style color, or even so, by putting up with some changes on the 8bar 500 Monster Truck Edition to go style in silver with a full horn rooftop is now being adding up to have some different sets of giant tires. And even the Turn It Up Underglow will be doing much more needed to have a Nitro celebration will be start the party to have a good per level by exactly in 140. Just only 1085 horsepower is a very good excellent starting position by the maximum limitation. So let's go sleeper up, have a good one make monster truck battle to go all out and follow up catch up in Motor City.
Go, go, go!
So here it comes. One combo event as Wrecking Havoc 2.0 is now in session. For many advantages, it is going to be quite very much more necessarily for this strategy. All you might need to do is going to have to keep going race around on the track for only 2 laps. If anything else, might need to do some shortcut. Now's the time that you're going to have to do it. That'll have to make your way to go improvement by the main score record by the point. So let's stop there. Go to the Avenue Street. One checkpoint cleared to have the left turn to go for the shortcut. Smashing up these water barrels. Okay, coming around clear. This could go wreck around to do some speed havoc. Tunnel looks perfect. Very much more space needed for the monster truck. That's 11.5 seconds on the gap. Here comes lap number 2. This has got to be it. It had to work perfectly, or it'll have to add it up onto the memo for doing a follow-up catch-up to have one sleeper monster truck vehicle to go amp up to have some quick shortcuts will be in it. Now for the quick shortcut, just for a little bit. A bit tough times when it comes to have one monster trucks on the street is going to be a bit challenging for only one monster truck event to be served as a combo event. But after all, because just gonna have to do one session attempt and being required before putting up in this part of the clip, we'll be doing much more needed to get some more skills, handling, and do some more focusing attempts for this 8-bar 500 monster truck. So now it comes in to have the final stretch for only one turn to go left. Finish line is just right on site. Gonna made it until 3 o'clock to be on the main time. So there you go. 3 minutes, 0.485 seconds. Just to have one legendary funnel earned and almost to be exactly at 97,368 points. Still close enough, but it'll have to go climb up to be well defended onto the platinum ring in no time. But that's right. Just to be on the main update in about rank 2,476 place is currently to be updated at 1,200,000 242,787 points. Alright folks, only one more event to go. Alpha Grand Prix time for the Red Bull RP14 will go for the one-make race category at USST next in Into the Deep. I hope this is going to get pretty much more thrill and excited out there folks. One Red Bull Racing to go for the all-out one-make category to be take part at Motorflix Arena. Just to have one UDRS Inspirtech livery on the RP14 2018 with the Pirelli red tire sticker to be represented as the Salt Racing compound tires. 340 per level, 1002 horsepower, and top speed 268 miles per hour in a semi-expert handling. But it's about to go fast and going much more exceeded by over 300 miles per hour. And here it comes. This is where the fun begins for only one vehicle selection.
A bit more about the amazing engineering effort behind these courses. Construction began over 5 years ago on a special permit granted by the 4 states that control the lake bed: Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Michigan itself.
So better make sure that you might need to use these suction zones to increase your speed and acceleration for the Red Bull RP14, but you'll have to go extra space to have some more acceleration, to have some tight turns and series of elevation. But you'll have to go impact by the smoke. Just keep a good extra air section to keep a good straight line and cornering, just what you need. Okay, looks like way too much handling because of the traction went turned off. Here it comes. Only one lap to go up the hill and go down into the tunnel of the underwater. Yeah, looks like pretty awesome for only one AGP car. Time to go up, exiting the underwater tunnel. Last 2 turns on the final corner, you guys. Make that blind corner cleared and kick it up on the boost. Okay, gonna have to do the last few parts of the suction zones to kick it up and do some more peak of the speed. Checkpoint A clear. Now for the last 2. Now go for the double hairpin. Let's try this again to go speed up quickly.
Coming up on a particularly steep ascent. I don't think I've ever seen cars drive at quite that angle before.
Halfway there by coming in back at the tunnel. Well, I hope that indoor heat is really coming around me because I prefer to have a nice cold air. But I can still hang in there, folks. I can still survive and focusing on this part of the main video segment. Lap number 2 is cleared by the finish. Here comes the final lap on the 3rd. Alright, looks like everything went well. Performance percentage is going exactly to be in 78%. Okay, go for the boost. Stay on track. Going way back up on the straightaway ascent.
Oh, what goes up must come down. Wow, that must be one heck of a good time being in the driver's seat right now.
One last time on the underwater tunnel, viewers. I bet the audience really love to see some good action. Wade comes back up and do one last momentarily before the finish line is now go for the final cue of the long stretch. And there you have it. One Motorflix event is checked and complete, but only one record attempt is going up in 4 minutes 43.637 seconds for the new record. Challenge complete and stay at the platinum. Now that's a good legacy for this part of the Live Summit event, folks. There we go. Boy, looks like it takes all that sweaty hard work to have some major changes after putting up the last part of the clip. But in the meantime, because only for this part of the encore content video, just to make sure that I'm about to be putting up with some changes that related to Legacy along all the other previous theme summons from every week. Just only for last week, that is, but good thing is still yet to be well dependable to be well placed on the update at the platinum in rank 2,478 place in about 3 days left by around on August 2nd through the 9th. So what do you guys think about Legacy for this part of the theme summon? But I was so very thrilled and much more excited to have all different selections of skills and events all in order by 6 of them in no restriction and probably 3 by vehicle restriction. But that would be a very good new one for this part of the theme summon, is all about having some iconic vehicles from the past, present, and the future. But especially to have one other thing, to have some very good classic vehicle in the middle of nowhere. But still really gonna have to be mastered and skillful on the Lamborghini Countach LP5000 Quattro Volvo with using the traction control to stay on 0. Just like the 25th anniversary, but the Quattro Volvo variation is quite very good nostalgia. Even of course to have any hypercar vehicles in the big land, including the Divine Edition and standard version to the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. And that's not all. Only one combo event in the monster truck discipline like the 8-bar 500 at downtown Detroit. Just to have one follow-up catch-up is all I need to have a requirement, as I'm about to be planned and go down to do some WIP sessions, and then the encore content video will be doing the rest as well. But it's like having myself to do some time session of homework, but I'll have to do it just to be creative and doing things for fun. Only to do all kinds of activities when it comes to have all kinds of different cars by discipline. So, as Legacy is complete by having a good early start, next up by the schedule on August 9th through the 16th, we're about to go Streets Showdown to have the next premium summon vehicle is the Drip Edition on the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 GSR Flow Edition. One classic JDM car is now being served as an exclusive vehicle by Brand New. Just like the Land Evo X in the same drip discipline, but the number 6 is going to be a very good place to be here in the Crew 2 as an exclusive vehicle. Let's have a good look and go for the preview to have 6 events with street racing, drag, drift, and hypercar discipline, along with slalom, speed trap, and buoy smashing. Just to have 7 activities, except 2 of them is now being included to be on the no restriction, is now currently to be well placed on the pro racing and freestyle class. Very nice, and I'll have to be look forward after finishing on Legacy. after Streets Showdown, another part of the brand new Team Summon is going to be at Cities Championship that related to the US Speed Tour Cities to have all kinds of different events and next 4 rewards, including with the Touring Car Edition on the Chevy Camaro SS. And that's not all. The Brits is now going to be served as a rerun before at the end of August by starting out on the 23rd through the 30th to get the TBR Grippet Peppermint Edition along with a Union Jack tire on the Common Vanity. By coming soon, a Team Summon that related to the US Speed Tour East will be doing the best part just like the agency and the game as well from the last update. But I can't wait to have a Time Attack event for the US Speed Tour East will be served as a Team Summon. Time to wrap this up before at the end of the video. So, I hope this is going to be work very well to have a right start and putting up with some cover-up changes ever since from the first one is now actually to have a best platinum placement to be well served as a regular. But I'll have to come back at any time until at the end of the date for this event will be stopped at the 9 before Street Showdown will be coming up soon at the beginning. So just you wait folks, I'll have to come back and I'll have to do another part of the session to do a WIP live stream to go activity we'll be doing on the set. Thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time for continue on in the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again at the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.